Hello everyone and welcome back to the Blackford Book Club and another volume of my essential film reviews collection. Thanks for being there. Thanks for returning. This is another long one. It's also in the category of one of my favourite films of all time, and it's also in a more dubious category, and that is I'm never going to read this to my own satisfaction. I'm going to stumble and bumble my way through as I usually do. And I'm not going to give any justice to my own written word. This isn't my gig. This isn't what I profess to be. I'm not a reader aloud of words or of books. I'm just trying. But it is just you and me. It's just me and you. So you relax. Have a glass of wine. And I'm going to stumble my way through True Romance, directed by the much missed, and may he rest in peace, Tony Scott. Released 20 years ago, this film continues to be in my personal all-time favourites list and continues to age like a fine wine. Still as sharp and crystal clear in every frame, a film I can endlessly quote dialogue from as I've watched this all-time classic on too many occasions to admit. There are many reasons why, but principally because the character of Clarence is everything I aspire to be. Well, aside from the drug running, shootouts and Elvis worship obviously. But he's a film geek, an idealist, and a man who falls in love with the woman of his dreams. That's Clarence, and it's me, and much more besides. As the title suggests, it's a love story, and a very powerful one at that. Written by Quentin Tarantino, you shouldn't be surprised that this is, at its heart, a powerful love story. For the majority of his scripts and films written by Tarantino are love stories at heart. This is often overlooked as the concentration rests on the ultra-violence and pop culture references normally bathed in a Tarantino film. As a lifelong Tarantino fan, it's easy for me to be bombastic and describe the screenplay as unsurpassed and without equal, but on this occasion it's true. This film has everything, and so much more. The violence is up close, graphic at times, and occasionally difficult to watch. It's also stylised to a point, culminating in a timeless shootout amid a cloud of cocaine and feathers. But we're getting ahead of ourselves already, and overlooking the fact that this is a love story, an unusual Quentin Tarantino-style love story, but one that continues to resonate with me 20 years after its initial release. Outside a movie theatre, following a kung fu triple bill, our lovers first discussed their plans. Clarence, you came to see 3 kung fu movies? Alabama, sure, why not? Clarence, nothing, it's just you're a girl after my own heart, that's all. Alabama, do you know what time it is? Clarence, it's about 12. Alabama, suppose you've got to get up early. Clarence, no, not particularly. How come? Alabama, it's just after I see a movie, I like to go and get a piece of pie and talk about it. It's sort of a little tradition I have. Do you like to go get pie after you see a good movie? Clarence, yeah, I love to get pie after a movie. Alabama, would you like to go get some pie with me? Clarence, yeah, I'd love some pie. Cue In Dreams by John Waite, and the first tears of the movie from me. For those reading this completely unaware of this all-time classic film, here's my cryptic premise for you. Clarence, obsessed by Elvis, comic books and films, falls in love with a call girl and obtains Dr Zhivago by accident. Looking to sell this masterpiece for a fraction of its true price to a real film director, he sells Dr Zhivago to enable his dream life with Alabama and Elvis. And that's all you need to know for now. For a myopic film fan such as myself, this film truly does have it all. A stellar all-time cast list, fully detailed below, even down to minimal supporting roles for some giants of modern-day cinema. A joy of a musical score from Hans Zimmer, including the iconic You're So Cool title track, which is a lullaby of pure joy and many tracks throughout the film from Aerosmith, The Other Side, Billy Idol, White Wedding, Soundgarden, Outshined, Big Bopper, Chantilly Lace, and the Shirelles, Will You Love Me Tomorrow, personal favourites. There are many, many more. The screenplay from Quentin Tarantino is unsurpassed, rich in pop culture references, coarse language and dialogue to die for. The characters created will long pass into cinematic history as with usual Tarantino panache. The characters are rich, quickly backstoried with multiple layers of intrigue before being brilliantly depicted on screen by a wonderful cast that infuse so much into these characters. Director of photography Jeffrey Kimball again excels in a Tony Scott film, bringing to life and lighting some incredibly diverse settings throughout the film. In the opening minutes alone, the short scenes outside the movie theatre, the restaurant especially, the comic book store and outside Clarence's apartment are brilliantly depicted, framed and shot, and this trend continues throughout. Joint editors Michael Tronick and Christian Wagner also deserve great credit, cutting this film to the perfect length of 2 hours. One of the Weinstein's first productions, helmed brilliantly by director Tony Scott. He tells this unusual love story very well, mixing the ultra-violent outbursts with the tender love of Clarence and Alabama, amidst some wonderful cinematography and central performances. The love story itself is heartbreaking at times, joyously uplifting at others, with both a darkly comedic thread running parallel with an openly funny one. It's self-referential and stylised at times, bathed in Tarantino pop culture references, and the tender moments are often juxtaposed against brutal violence or openly graphic sexual play. The film never relents, nor does it ever apologise for what it is, a modern day account of a love that will not be broken and will not be destroyed, and of a man wanting his idealised world now and his love forever. The supporting cast alone is a who's who of all-star talent even 20 years ago, many of whom have gone on to shape many fantastic films in the intervening 20 years. Val Kilmer plays Clarence's mentor, and the less said the better here, as his reveal is obvious yet subtle, over the top yet brilliantly included. Samuel L. Jackson plays Big Don, as only Samuel L. Jackson can, and Michael Rapaport brings Dick Ritchie as a geeky, awkward film wannabe to life brilliantly. Bronson Pinchot brings Elliot Blitzer to life with a camp charm and inserts much needed fun and humour with him, as does his boss, Lee Donowitz, the irrepressible Saul Rubinek. 3 further giants of the big screen also play small cameo and supporting roles, with James Gandolfini as Mafia hitman Virgil, Chris Penn as Nicky Dimes, and Tom Sizemore as Cody Nicholson. This is a brief list of the supporting roles on show, all of whom bring something very special to their roles and each infuse dark humour to an already black comedic film. The main roles are of rich characters, expertly portrayed, and are briefly outlined below. Clarence, Christian Slater. A career-defining performance from Slater as he carries both the film and your heart for the duration of the runtime. A geeky loner desperate for love and recognition who grabs his one chance to set up the life he's always craved for and with the woman of his dreams. A superlative performance. Alabama, Patricia Arquette. From call girl to avenging angel, the narrator of the film and of our dreams. Never better than here, another career-defining role, superbly portrayed. Clifford, Dennis Hopper. Clarence's father, brilliantly portrayed by one of the best character actors of our generation. His verbal standoff with Christopher Walken is a joy to behold. Vincenzo, Christopher Walken. One scene is all Walken has to work with, but with supreme anger he brings Tarantino's words to life brilliantly, during his Q&A with Clifford. I'm the Antichrist. You got me in a vendetta kind of mood. Drexel, Gary Oldman. Yet another powerhouse performance from Oldman, infusing his distasteful character with an odd charm and relying heavily on Tarantino's mixed heritage background. A frightening performance from Oldman. Gold teeth, you can see what I did there, can't you? Scars and dreadlocks, as he remarks, I know I'm pretty, in his showdown with Clarence. Floyd, Brad Pitt, seemingly never away from his couch, perma-stoned and hilarious to boot, a very different role for Brad Pitt, but one that always makes me smile as he struggles to simply form a sentence, aptly shown when confronted by machine gun toting mafia hitmen. You want to smoke a bowl? Another in the bracket of greatest films of all time. I've loved this film for 20 years and I'm looking forward to the next 20. An astonishing film. Oh, fiddlesticks. How's that for an old-fashioned word from a nincompoop like me? Couple of stumbles. Oh well, it's lucky it's just you and me. It's just me and you. Did you have that glass of wine, did you? Did you open that packet of chocolate biscuits? You cheeky little devil. Thanks for watching. Blimey, I knew I wouldn't get this right. Never mind. Anyway, thanks for watching. This was True Romance. A film. Blimey, I am Clarence Worley. I really am. I fell in love with two ladies in my life. The loves of my life. Just so much like Clarence in the film. They won't want reminding of that particular fact, but there we go. It's now on the internet forever. Oh dear, they can't complain. They can, obviously, but they probably won't. Anyway, they probably will. I'm rambling. Thanks very much for watching. This has been a dreadful ending. For dreadful endings that I produce for these videos, this has been the worst. And for a video and for a film, I blooming adore. Oh well, never mind. That's just me in a nutshell. A nincompoop. Thanks for watching. Peace. Solidarity. Blimey, what a dreadful ending. Thanks for watching. You won't see me again. I'm just going to go and hide in the corner forever. Blimey. Peace. Thanks for watching.